AEW's Killswitch has been hospitalized. Plus, there was a major WWE return and a shock heel turn last night on Raw. And a world title match has been set for next week's Raw. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. We start sending our best wishes to AEW's Austin Mattelson, a.k.a. Luchasaurus, a.k.a. Killswitch, who has been hospitalized following pneumonia in both lungs.
Yeah, Fightful report that Killswitch's fiancée found him collapsed this past Friday, and he was rushed to the hospital where they found his blood oxygen below 80% and determined he had pneumonia in both lungs. Killswitch has been on oxygen since then and was told recovery will take over a month. Fightful also adds that he was days away from permanent lung damage, according to the doctors.
Of course, we want to wish full and speedy recovery to the artist known as Killswitch, Luchasaurus, Austin, the human being as well. Not much else to add to that at this point. Well, of course,
just a thoroughly nice man. Had him on Straight to Hell back around the start of AEW. Had his nice little tiny dog, which is quite funny for such a big dinosaur. But he's just a lovely fella, and all the best to him and his fiancée at this time.
Now, let's head over to Raw from last night. A wild episode of Raw that concluded with a last monster standing match between Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman. They broke the ring, Ross.
They broke each other, Tom.
They broke each other and the ring.
They split each other in half. And not in a sexual way.
Cleft in twain.
I'm referring to the DVD and the crowd there through the thingy. My goodness, it was large. But yeah, the match ends with a big old super duper plex off the top rope. The signs were there. The normal ring surrounds weren't there. The normal LED boards that surround the ring aprons, they weren't there. So we knew what was coming, but it was great all the same. So obviously the big super duperplex happens. The ring collapses. Both men are down. The referees count to 10. Rollins, no fanfare, no music, no pyro, no nothing, just runs out there and stomps Bronson Reed on the stairs, which allows Braun Strowman to get up and win that monster thingy.
I quite liked Seth Rollins just appearing without music, without fanfare.
It's a shoot, Tom.
It's a shoot, that's why. It's so typical when someone comes back that you hit the music and they come out there, but I quite like the guerrilla nature of him picking his spot as Bronson Reed is using the steel steps in the ring to try and get back to his feet. That's where Rollins gets into the ring and whoopah! Curb stomp his heat into the steeps.
Architect, man. I did your plans backstage, yeah? Man.
That's exactly.
Danhausen.
It makes all the sense in the world, because of course the last time we saw Rollins is when Bronson Reed tsunami'd his arse multiple times for Rollins to get some sort of revenge there. It was all right for him.
It comes as well after Seth Rollins had teased online about how we should be watching Bad Blood this weekend, and I'll full disclosure, I start sort of prepping these news documents the night before, just before I go to bed, whilst I'm waiting for Pablo to move from my bed. Sometimes I do.
Wow.
So we have this, basically Pablo will lie on my side of the bed and Alex will happily encourage that. It's annoying. So then I'll go and prep news for the next morning and then shoo him off and then go to bed. And so I had prep for this morning. Seth Rollins is teasing he might turn up at Bad Blood. I know he turned up on Raw instead.
Yeah.
So there he was, bless his face. So Rollins is back. But that was one part of a very busy night of Monday Night Wrestling, which saw a heel turn take place as well, Ross. Heartbreaking heel turn. Look how heartbroken Ross is. Do that again for effect. Look at that.
The Awesome Truth are no more. They're having a tag team match last night against the Authors of Pain. It gets to the point where Miz sort of gets a hot tag. R-Truth has been having his arse handed to him, but instead of going after the AOP, he pees in the face of RT. R-Truth, not Ross Tweddle. He kicks him right in the face, rips up the Awesome Truth shirt and walks away as the AOP get the win on a stricken Truth.
Karrion Kross laughing maniacally. I've caused problems. Mwah, 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 mwah. The end of our Awesome Truth. The Awesome Truth explodes here.
I think it was time. They weren't getting used as frequently as they were around the spring sort of time, around WrestleMania sort of time, where they fully deserved that bloody WrestleMania moment for R-Truth, of course, winning the tag team titles. But yeah, this big storyline of Karrion Kross being a dirty worm and worming his way into the minds of these lovely people and then turning them into arseholes. It actually comes true once. Xavier Woods is kind of going that way.
He is indeed.
Miz has actually gone that way. It's worked once, Karrion.
Let's talk about that Woods thing. So we saw Woods face Rey Mysterio last night, and it was during that match that Woods, I'm going to put this in speech marks, accidentally pulled Rey Mysterio's mask off, and Rey, protecting his boat race from the world to see, don't Google image Rey Mysterio without his mask, he'd be furious if you do that. Woods rolls him up, gets the 3 count, and kind of acts a bit like he doesn't act like a heel. He's not like ha. He's very much like I didn't mean that.
It's more the fact he did the roll up after the mask was taken off. There would have been a point in time in history where the New Day wouldn't dream of doing such a thing. He would have put the mask back on, raised little baldy head.
He would have helped him out indeed. Kofi Kingston and Woods backstage had a little segment as well in which Kofi revealed that he'd been offered a shot at Jey Uso's Intercontinental title, but instead had paid it forward to Woods, and that match will happen next week.
However, lurking in the background as he tries to worm his way into someone else's mind, woo, little worm, is Karrion Kross. So could this be foreshadowing some kind of heel turn for Xavier Woods, splitting away from Kofi Kingston, which would break the hearts of everybody watching around the world, no doubt about it. The New Day was supposed to be sacred forever.
Yeah, I'd be sad if they... I would love them to have been the one team that never broke up. It still could happen. The one thing that never broke up, and they go into the Hall of Fame together, and it would be lovely.
Yeah.
But that gosh darn Karrion Kross, or as I'm now calling him, Wormy the Worm. Woo! There's Wormy the Worm, getting into everything, covering it in soil. See you, Karrion Kross. I see you, Wormy the Worm.
I've just got that scene from Scary Movie in my head now with the glory hole, Tom. You know what I mean? Vroom. That's Karrion Kross's big worm.
There's Wormy the Worm there, coming through the glory hole. Glory for Jey Uso last week. Not like that. He won the Intercontinental title, and there was a celebration to start Raw last night.
There was, and then Bron Breakker appeared, and everyone's like, oh my God, that's a naughty dog. That naughty dog is going to spear some bitch. But no, that naughty dog did not spear some bitch. He said, congrats, you well done.
He did indeed. Congrats, you well done, the new champion. And a nice handshake there. And just as he's leaving, Jey Uso says, oh, the dogs are barking tonight, which normally means my feet are hurting in the UK. But in this case, it was getting the crowd to bark for Bron. And Bron did a lovely, baby-facey smile. That's lovely, that. Thank you. Babyface turn for Bron.
Yeah, I like it. He's been essentially a babyface in all but his actions in the not too distant past. Like his promos have been like, oh, let me hear the dogs bark in Ontario.
That's very true.
But then he goes and spears a babyface, so it sort of contradicts itself. But no, he has been a babyface in promo for a while now, and it fits. It's going to work. He's got that thing about him, hasn't he?
Do we keep him in the IC chase, or do we jet propel him further up?
I reckon you get one more competitive match with Jey Uso if they're not going to have him get the IC title back and then sort of get him rocket strapped, brother, get him rocket strapped.
Oh, Gunter and Bron, maybe.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
That'd be tasty, wouldn't it?
Yes.
See you try and worm your way into that Karrion Kross, Wormy the Worm, laughing in the background. Speaking of Gunter, next week he is defending the world title on Raw.
Yes, after weeks of ball tickling. Sami Zayn's got his match with Gunter for the World Heavyweight title. It was made official last night. It's taking place next week. It's going to be a fantastic match, but Gunter's got it in the bag.
It's the noise you made as you did it. Like you were cooing for a dove while tickling the balls. This is a Triple H staple in terms of booking, in the sense that he started having these moments where you have a big match for the Raw that follows a premium live event. And Lord knows Gunter had nothing on for Bad Blood, and there's no need to put anything on for Gunter for Bad Blood. That show is
you've got your 10-pole matches anyway, don't you?
You've got your 10-pole matches. You could chuck a Gunter title defense in the middle, but it would get lost in the shuffle. So let's make it a feature point of the Raw after Bad Blood. No doubt that'll be the main event, and no doubt it'll get time as well.
Bear time.
Bear Grylls.
Which always confuses Matthew. What do you mean bear time, pal? It just means lots of time, Matthew. What the kids say.
The kids say.
You know, the kids with their worms and whatnot.
That's it, they all them worms. One of those 10-pole matches for Bad Blood is Hell in a Cell between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. I did a full retrospective on that story, and it's on the YouTube channel right now. And I go back 10 years to trace the road to hell for these two.
How?
They cross over more times than you think.
My goodness me.
It's on the YouTube channel right now. Plus this week, because it is a premium live event week, we have 9 pitches on the channel tomorrow. We have live reactions, predictions, what happened at WTF.
No.
Moments are definitely happening.
Yeah, Sunday, that'll be live. My goodness me. I forgot who I was for a second there.
You are the Ross-flavoured one.
The podcast on Friday, huge breaking news. It's just a 2-man show with myself and Tom, with Joel lingering in the background with his own camera. So you'll get to see his lovely hair, which has been inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, full, peel the onion all the way back here. We are buggered for staff this week. So the podcast is just me and Ross with a Joel cam. So
Well, a quick line, Tom, and we'll be off to the races. You know how it
quick
goes.
line, 7 beers, and we're going to do a 7-hour podcast, Ross and I, on Thursday. A dual watch on Friday. What will we talk about? Who knows? We'll find out together, won't we? And for the latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.